Hello, how are you? I hope you are doing good. Okay, so today we have a new lesson, okay? But firstly, let me share my screen with you. I think now you can share my screen. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so here today we have a new lesson it's called Challenges for a New Nation. Okay, so this lesson is talking about the Washington era. Okay, that's in when he faced foreign challenges. Okay, so here, let's start with this part. He says here, the first part, if you were there, you were the captain of American merchant ship in the 1790s. Your ship had just picked up cargo in the French West Indies. Okay, so have yeah now so have you have a cargo ship. You went to go home from the French West Indies. You are headed back to your home port of Philadelphia. Suddenly, a British warship pulls alongside your ship. Marines swarm aboard. They order you to the nearest harbor and seize your goods. Does mean here you are forced to try to get out about this port and try to size your goods into the harbor. So by you are forced now, you can't do anything either. Okay, that's in try to obey their order. Okay, so here he asks you now that's in how would this incident affect your views of Great Britain? Okay, so so here that's in background and the new nation tried to get organized. New nation tried to get organized. It faced economic problems and internal divisions. Even more difficult challenges came from conflicts in Europe. The United States couldn't avoid being caught up in fighting between France and Great Britain. And in this time, United States tried to avoid any conflict, any European conflict. Why? Because it still tried to build themselves. So here that's it. He says even more difficult challenges came from conflicts in Europe, came from conflicts in Europe. Okay, so in this part, he tries to tell you that in the United States, try to try to keep the safe side. Okay, by what? By avoiding any European conflict. But at the end, United States couldn't, okay, and failed to avoid being caught up in fighting between France and Great Britain. So here's that in the remaining neutral. Tensions between France and Britain began to build after the French people rebelled against the king. On July 14, 1789, citizens of Paris attacked and captured the Bastille, a hated fortress, a hated fortress, and prison that stood as mighty symbol of royal power. So now he tries to tell you our background about the French Revolution. The French Revolution has overcome their king, okay, and tried to turn the country from kingdom to republican. Okay, so here that's in they attacked. Okay, the group of people tried to attack the Bastille capture. Okay, so what does mean Bastille? It's a hated fortress and prison. Hated fortress and prison. It stood as mighty symbol for royal power. The storming of Bastille was one of the first acts of French Revolution. What about the French Revolution? A rebellion of French people against the king in 1789. The French people overthrew the king and created a republican government. Okay, so try to turn the country from the kingdom, as I said, to republican. Okay, after that, okay, here we have many French citizens had been inspired to take action by the American Revolution. So here is the part. Here is the climax. Here is the people inspired their action from where? From the American Revolution. Okay, many Americans in turn supported the French Revolution. They tried to reflect their feelings to support the French Revolution. They thought that France was creating the same kind of democracy was the United States. Okay, so here listen, they tried to help France, okay, to get its freedom, okay, as American has got it. So some Americans worried about the French Revolution's violent raids and attacks on traditional authority. They were worried here. Okay, in this part, he tries to tell you that they worried about the violence. Okay, so there is a lot of blood, a lot of fights. Okay, in between the people. So it's just so worried about the people. So revolutionaries shocked many Americans by beheading King Louis, okay, in January 1793, and Queen Mary Antony later the year. Okay, they beheading that's in the way the king. So here that's in the few years after the French Revolution started, France and Great Britain went to war. Why Britain went to war with France? Because Britain refused the idea of revolution. Britain refused the idea of revolution. Of course, I have, or my neighbor has turned from kingdom to Republican. Of course, I hate this idea, so I try to fight the people. Okay, so the France and Great Britain went to war. Some Americans supported the French, while others backed the British. Some wanted to remain neutral. Okay, okay. So here after that, the neutrality proclamation, the debate divided Congress. The debate divided Congress and Washington's cabinet. Washington presented his opinion to Congress in April 22, 1793. In this part, he tried to tell you that the Congress has divided into two parts, has divided into two parts. Okay, so they try to tell you that in some people or a group of people sympathy with France and other no, they try to be remind with the Britain. Okay, so in this part, okay, this was confusion. So in this quotation of George Washington, quoted in the real okay, George Washington by Perry et al. Okay, so here this is the duty the duty and interest of the United States require that they should with sincerity and good faith adopt and pursue a conduct friendly and impartial and based towards the belligerent fighting powers. So try to tell you that we don't have enough power to fight Britain, to involve in this fight, in this European conflict. So we try to keep the safe side and keep the neutral. Okay, the neutrality proclamation stated the United States wouldn't take side with the European countries that were at war. So we neutrality proclamation that's in the middle. Okay, so stated that United States wouldn't take sides, wouldn't take sides with the European countries that were at war. Washington believes his plan was the safest for the long run, but not everyone agreed. Okay, but not everyone agreed. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, at the time and try to complete in the next video, inshallah. Thank you. Bye bye.